This week's topic became very poignant once I read Cochrane's piece. Amidst this global pandemic that has resulted in isolation restrictions, our theatres and cinemas were forced to close their doors, or more aptly, draw the curtains down or dim the lights. However, through broadcast technology of the 21st century, live cinema initiatives have manifested to extend an artistic reach and, linking this back to adaptation studies, has developed critical and theoretical forms between theatre, film and television, and I'm also adding streaming. This is noted as the live to digital or stage to screen paradigm. This analysis expands the banal rhetoric of fidelity in adaptation as a direct transfer to In light of the Royal National Theatre's initiative for National Theatre at Home, I have chosen the 2011 live relay of Frankenstein, which was adapted for the stage by Nick Dear and directed by Danny Boyle, as a performance synthetic to the analysis of live relay theatre adaptation. Representing a contemporary mode of the theatrical production, Frankenstein adheres to the transmedial and intermedial phenomenon that is live relay. Such as Frankenstein's creature is disturbing and challenging, so too does live relay challenge the conventional linear progression of the presentation of a live dramaturgical performance. In terms of describing this form of adaptation, I am referring to Hutchinson's third defining principle in adaptation as an Throughout Cochrane's extensive literature on the live relay, she attests that the emergence of screening live performances has modulated the once traditional dramaturgical interaction between text, production, and the audience. With its destabilization of production and audience spatio-temporal locators, the live relay disrupts the vocabulary of theatrical description, and it inflects both ontological and epistemological attitudes to the viewing of the past, theatre making of the present, and the interactions therefore. This was also quoted by Cochrane. In adapting Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's creature is a sound and resonant analogy for the underlying The National Theatre's production of Frankenstein makes explicit reference to the liveness of the filmed performance. Jones describes the emphatic sense of articulating the live spirit of the theatrical event as a shared performative experience. Both the viewers in the theatre, or the spectators, and the viewers at home. Cochrane and Bonner's article on What Changes with Live Relay examines the extent to which the assertions of liveness, of the sameness of the experience, and the difference from filmed or televised productions are sustainable for a range of performance types viewed close to the source of the event and remote from it. The adaptation of this recontextualized live of the theatrical event in transmission aptly corresponds with the ontological The transmission of a live performance to an audience, depending on the spatio-temporal disparity, can be positioned at various points along what is described as the presentational continuum. These variant positions, single and plural, are created through opportunities of experience. These can be simultaneous, delayed, or the encore. Theatre and cinema, both being temporal art forms, share certain commonalities, vice versa, ephemerality. For both the theatre audience and the cinema audience, the single event performance or a screening is ephemeral. There are differences apropos materiality, but both experiences are ephemeral in that both Dennis Perry argues that because of the inherent intertextuality of Frankenstein adaptations, all iterations of the narrative are implicitly about adaptation. As Frankenstein creates life, such theatre adaptation becomes a process of capturing life on stage. For Robert Wieman, the inherent intertextuality of literature, and in this case film, encourages the ongoing evolving production of meaning in an ever-expanding network of textual relations. In terms of the live relay, stage and screen have and are independent in developing such intermediate viewing from text, production, and filming. Yet another metaphor of intertextual Frankensteinian tropes. The result is a shift towards cultural connections rather than a hermetic textual binary. This relates to Hutchinson's notion of the knowing and unknowing. unprecedented rise of the live relay broadcast, with its almost liveness, has encouraged a revision of the ways we understand the discourse surrounding theatre adaptations. For my question, as theatre is inherently an ephemeral event in its essence of liveness, is its essence of liveness lost on the encore or delayed audience? Is the text then considered theatre or film? Or is it something other entirely? As Cochrane suggests, it is a mutually exclusive form of adaptation.